What's up, my little tattletales? How y'all doing today? Welcome to our Kim Kardashian baby. Sometimes I just have to laugh. Now, you guys, we have to talk about the Kim Kardashian Balenciaga project. Kim, as she is known for, right? Remember when Kim came out and told everybody to stop being mad at a known racist called Jeffree Star and accepted his apology on behalf of all Black people? Well, Kim also accepted Balenciaga's apology on behalf of all mothers. She literally tried to keep quiet because you know that her stuff was on back order and she needed her clothes to wear. So she was sitting on mute because she didn't want to speak about the Balenciaga Pedialyte beer scandal, right? We're going to get into details on that. So Kim was sitting on mute. It got so deafening. Even the public outcry was like, you need to stop. In the industry, the fashion industry, they were like, you need to stop. Kim finally came out and did what she did best, said a whole lot of nothing, accepted apologies that weren't for her, and basically was like, on behalf of all mothers, it's enough. Then when people looked at her and said, girl, you haven't said much of nothing, Kim smiled and said even more nothing. But you guys, the Balenciaga thing is not over. The Business of Fashion Council has spoken. The Innovator Award that was supposed to go to Dimma is being pulled away. It's being pulled away. Balenciaga is suing the company, but it's a sham lawsuit, in my opinion. And you know what I say? You know what? You know that, to quote Nene Leakes, you can never win playing dirty. Who was playing dirty? Kim Kardashian. Kim and Kanye had a death match. Kim lied, cheated. Okay, I don't know if she lied or cheated, but she did everything she could to make sure the Balenciaga crown was hers. She's strutting down Balenciaga. She is Balenciaga mama. She is so happy. She fought, she schemed, she connived. And now you have that whole kingdom of Balenciaga that Kanye and Dimma created. You fought for that kingdom. You wanted it. And now that you found out that that kingdom is evil and rancid, not only are you not distancing yourself from it, but you're figuring out a way on how you can keep using that kingdom to highlight your own platform while not standing up, doing right, and making sure that kingdom is safe. Y'all, Kim Kardashian, all the Kardashians, if this doesn't prove, we all knew it, they will do anything for a bag. But the fact that you will look past this Pedialyte bear stuff, and for everybody saying it's not that serious, they apologize. There's certain things you can't apologize for. There's certain things you actually need to either distance yourself or they need to give a full-fledged investigation. Why is that? It wasn't just a kid holding the teddy bear in BDSM gear. Go watch the other videos I did for this, but I'll break it down really quick for people that don't know. It wasn't just the kids holding the teddy bear in BDSM wear. It wasn't just the suggestive poses. It wasn't the alarm looks on their faces. It wasn't the sickness and the evil that we saw. It was more than that. Every paper, every book, all imagery in that campaign pointed to one thing. For God's sakes, they had a kid standing in the room with pictures of the devil and all this stuff on the wall that they had driven. The Balenciaga tape said B-A-A-L Balenciaga, not B-A-L-C-I-A, no, B-A-A-L. They were literally shouting out the pagan god Baal, who was one of the most evil demons in hell. It wasn't just the Ashcroft versus free speech that literally said that Pedialyte bears, right? Child porn is okay in certain instances, and it is protected speech. Everything, the John Fisher University, there's so much stuff, I can't even say it without being demonetized, but please know that every book, all imagery, even the teddy bears that had two black eyes, they refer to those as panda eyes. It is one of the clearest indications that a youngin has been sodomized because you get ruptures in the capillaries around the eyes. That is panda eyes. The bears that the kids were holding all had the panda eyes and looked like they had been beat up. You can say, oh my God, like, no, it's not like that. Like, they didn't mean that, you guys. The fact that even in the runway shows, when they were walking down the runway, the adults with the BDSM bears, they looked like they had been beaten up and got into a fight. It was sick, disgusting, weirdo, imagery that meant something. And you don't get to post imagery like that, where everybody that studies that, researches that, works in that field, were instantly horrified because you know what you're looking at. And in a scene, it wasn't just 2 or 3 things, as Balenciaga wants you to believe. Everything in that scene was purposeful to point to the same thing, which was the hurting of a child. Sorry, but like I said, it's like if your best friend, right? It's like if your best friend post something like that. Is it just an apology, or there's some things you can't apologize for. There's some things you need to explain. But anyway, let's get into Kim's stuff. Kim said, I've been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted or outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I have more outfits to wear so I can check all you bees and let you know who the sexiest girl is, whether I'm 20 or 50. Okay, she didn't say that part, but she said, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team, to understand for myself how this could have happened. Kim, do you want to share with us what you found by speaking to the team, or is that confidential? Anyway, as a mother of 4, I've been shaken by the disturbing images. The safety of our children must be held in the highest regard, and any attempts to normalize abuse of any kind should have no place in our society, period. Again, how are you holding them accountable? What did you talk about? Yes, we all think they should not, but do you really believe that? Because how are you distancing yourself from them? How are you holding them accountable? Balenciaga put a big statement when they fired Kanye on anti-Semitism, and good, nobody should have hate. But what about the children? You know, you see what I'm saying? What about the children? You only care about stuff when you have to. But truth be told, they probably didn't even care about what Kanye said. They just did it because the block was too hot. But again, Kim, what are you saying? You are speaking in platitudes, and normally we let the Kardashians go with that. Oh, you know, remember when Ye said the thing about George and all this thing, and Kim was like, why his statements were hurtful. I understand how these statements can be seen as hurtful to so many. What about you and your Black presenting children? Could it be hurtful to you? They speak in generals because they think by speaking in generals, they won't piss anybody off, but everybody's too stupid to believe that you haven't said anything. Kim, you guys, Kris Jenner, up the game up. You guys need a new way of doing things, because everyone is sitting there, especially after y'all jump to action to condemn this person, condemn Ye, condemn. So we're all sitting there like, all right, we wait, and we've seen you condemn, right? Put the same energy into this, Kimberly, as you did when you were trying to literally drag Jordan Woods. What, for messing with trash can Tristan? She didn't mess with him. Tristan tried to mess with her. Why don't you put that same energy? We know y'all know how to mobilize, destroy, and drag when you want to, but I guess with the child P, it doesn't mean anything. Anyway, she said, I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaigns and apology. You appreciate it? So now you're taking their apology on behalf of all mothers in this world? And speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of the issue and will take the necessary measures for this to never happen again. Again, Kim, you haven't said ish. What did you speak to them about? What was said? What are you going to make sure never, ever, ever happens? I really need to know. And how are you going to take the necessary measures? Is somebody getting fired? Because this was company-wide. She went on to say, as for my future with Balenciaga, I'm currently reevaluating my relationship with the brand. She's not. Let me tell you something. If Kim is still wearing Balenciaga stuff, Kim is still happy to promote, but we know this about Kim, and this is my issue with her. From justice reform to helping people that are less fortunate to doing anything, it's only to raise her platform. She does not care. The fact that a mother of 4 does not care what happens to other children because you think that your wealth and your privilege and your all this stuff is going to protect your children from the harshness of this world. You think that you don't need to make the world a better place. You can just loot and connive and pull what you want. Like most people that call themselves billionaires, you think you can take and plunder and pull all the resources, and you don't have to care about making the world a better place because your money is always going to protect your children. Baby, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Life the universe, polarities tell me that you're waging a bet that's just not how life works. I hope your children are protected and guided and never know the ugliness of what was perpetrated in that Balenciaga campaign. I hope that they never are in the financial position that they have to pose for a campaign like that because they need the money. I hope your kids are never around Harvey Weinsteins or people in positions of power that literally prey upon people. I hope your money can protect your children from the evil world that you are now, in my opinion, playing a part in creating. Anyway, and again, now she's accepting this on behalf of all mothers. Anyway, she said, this is what she posted an hour later after everyone said, boo, and threw tomatoes. She said, as for my future at Balenciaga, I'm currently reevaluating my relationship with the brand, basing it off their willingness to accept accountability for something that should have never happened to begin with, and the actions I'm expecting to see them to take to protect children. Again, Kim, you're talking out your ASS. You're talking out of your deflated ASS. What was said? What did they agree to? How did you're always willing to put everything else on Front Street? Why aren't you doing this about this? Anyway, Balenciaga is feeling the heat because the business of fashion said, since its inception, the business of fashion voices has been a platform for important, honest, and sometimes uncomfortable conversations that have helped to address key issues in the fashion industry head on. Earlier this year, we invited Balenciaga's creative director, Dimma, to Business of Fashion Voices to receive our Global Voices Awards for 2022. At Business of Fashion, we hold safety of children in the highest regard. And like many, we've been seeking the truth about how children appeared in BDSM-inspired products and Balenciaga's recent campaign images, which are wholly inconsistent with our values. As a result, we will not be presenting Dimma with the Global Voices Award this year. Nonetheless, we asked the leadership of Balenciaga to come to Voices to take responsibility for releasing these images and offering an explanation. They declined our invitation to speak at this time. The business of fashion remains open to having this important conversation. Now that's how you hold somebody accountable. And that's how you slap someone down. And that's how, in your limited margin of power, but when you have power, you send the public, you send a message, not just to the public, to the people. This will not be accepted. That's how you do it. Cut to Kim's watered down, stupid. And again, and the thing is, the reason why I'm holding Kim so much accountable is Kim is the face of Balenciaga, which when you think about it, that's why everybody warned Dimma to stop with Kanye. Listen to me. Fashion houses, especially big ones, they have their issues, but I'm just talking from a point. The point is, it's a balancing act. You want to be it's a balancing act. You want to be popular. You want to be sought after, but you also don't want to become a hype beast. You don't want to make something so aligned with a certain celebrity that when their celebrity starts to fall, the house falls. You don't want to become dated. By tying themselves to Kim and Kanye so much, by recycling Fashion Nova fits from 4 years ago, I don't care what y'all said. If you think Balenciaga, their current campaign is doing something new or innovative, I'm not talking about the pedo campaign, I'm talking about the other stuff. It's doing something new or innovative, baby, please go walk down the hood. You will see people doing it 30, 50, 60 times better. And guess what? They did it 4 years ago. Dimma with Kanye was a disaster. You attach yourself to Kanye, boom, Kanye's down. Your brand's been damaged. Now Kim, because she fought Kanye to be queen of Balenciaga, because you know they've been in this little Cold War, right? And to show that Kanye, I don't need you. I have all your contacts. You did all that. And now you're queen of Balenciaga. You are the face of Balenciaga. You were even walking down the runway like a corpse bride, worried that your soul wasn't going to be able to get to heaven. You were so tied to Balenciaga. And look what happened. Now it's yours, babe. And what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? You're literally Balenciaga is so tied to Kim. Kim's so tied to Balenciaga that now Balenciaga is taking a hit and going down. And while we're at it, when are we going to start admitting that Dimma's collection, not going to say all of it, but most of it was old, it was tired, it was recycled, it was from, and Kim was running around because Kanye had hyped her head up on how Balenciaga's art, baby, it can't be art when Fashion Nova did it 4 years ago. Anyway, Kim better not walk out the house again in those pink disco pants until this blows over. And do you see how, instead of Kim telling us there were secret conversations where they were sorry, and they're also going to, and then she said her future with the brand, like every good Kardashian, you're going to cut ties with them if the block stays too hot. But the vision of fashion did it right. Balenciaga is also engaging in a BS lawsuit. This is directly from Diet Prada. If you guys like the absurdity of what happens in fashion, also so good, make sure you follow Diet Prada on Insta, DIET, and then _ Prada, PRADA. I'm telling y'all, they be having, listen, it's just a funny blog. Make sure you follow it, but they also have insider information, and they're actually pretty fair and accurate. Just make sure you support. Anyway, they said that Balenciaga basically found parties responsible for this disastrous campaign wildly slammed as endorsing Child P. And they're now waging a $25 million lawsuit against them. However, right? Fashion photographers and everybody in the industry said Balenciaga is liars. There is no way that the Christmas campaign, which is their most extensive campaign, there is no way that the Christmas campaign was approved without their express approval. There's just no way. Balenciaga first tried to scapegoat the photographer. The photographer said, I just lit this and shot. I didn't have anything else to do. You know how many people had to look through this? Do you know how involved Balenciaga had to be? And now they're trying to scapegoat this company. They're suing the company for $25 million. But like Diet Product pointed out, it's all a sham. If Balenciaga were primarily interested in monetary compensation for the advertising disaster, it probably would have taken time to negotiate a quiet settlement. Instead, they filed an immediate media-worthy lawsuit in order to disavow the campaign in the strongest possible terms and offer the public a different pair of villains in the form of the production company and set designer. The set designer had to get approval from Balenciaga. The production company had to get approval from Balenciaga. Balenciaga is a fashion house, but they're also very much into art. They would have asked what all of it means. Here's my prediction of what's happening. Balenciaga did this so they could say, these are the scapegoats. They're literally going to, these are the scapegoats. They're literally going to probably quietly settle, probably for something we don't know, maybe even $1. But this production company is going to be their scapegoat to take the thing. You guys, boycott Balenciaga until we find out what's going on, until they publicly come out and tell us exactly how they were duped and how this happened. Until then, I better not see those hot pink disco pants prancing across my screen with Kim's deflated booty until we actually have answers. All right, y'all? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.